Today, we're starting topic 1, cell biology. By the end of this video, you will know the difference between eukaryotic and prokaryotic cells, and you will be able to list the similarities and differences between them. So before we begin, let's answer the question, what is a cell? A key concept to remember for your exam is that cells are the tiny building blocks of life, just like bricks in a wall. Everything living, animals, plants, and even bacteria is made of cells. So what are eukaryotic and prokaryotic cells? Let's start with eukaryotic. A defining feature of eukaryotic cells is that their genetic material, DNA, is enclosed within a nucleus. That's the round blob you often see in the middle of a cell diagram. Eukaryotic cells also contain membrane-bound organelles, such as mitochondria, which are responsible for respiration. They have a cell membrane, which controls what enters and leaves the cell, and cytoplasm, where many important chemical reactions take place. We'll go into more detail about the other organelles in future videos. So what about prokaryotic cells? These cells are much smaller and simpler than eukaryotic cells. They don't have a nucleus, so instead, their genetic material is free in the cytoplasm, forming what we call a loop of DNA. Prokaryotic cells also have small circular pieces of DNA called plasmids, which can carry extra genetic information. An example of a prokaryotic cell is bacteria. Just like eukaryotic cells, they have some membrane that controls what goes in and out of the cell. Prokaryotic cells are unicellular, meaning they exist as a single cell. Now, let's look at the similarities and differences between eukaryotic and prokaryotic cells. The similarity between eukaryotic and prokaryotic cells would be that they both have cell membranes, cytoplasm, DNA, and ribosomes. But the differences would be that eukaryotics have a nucleus, whereas prokaryotic cells don't. Eukaryotic cells are larger and more complex, whereas prokaryotic cells are smaller and simpler. And eukaryotic cells contain membrane-bound organelles, such as mitochondria, while prokaryotic cells do not. Let's quickly recap. Cells are the basic building blocks of life. Eukaryotic cells have the DNA inside the nucleus and are found in plants and animals. Prokaryotic cells, like bacteria, don't have a nucleus. Their DNA floats freely in the cytoplasm.